Hi guys, so how are we doing? First of all, apologies for the voice. I appear to have come down with some sort of coldy virusy type thing. It's that time of year, I suppose. Started with it yesterday, got sent home today, so you know, it is what it is. Okay, so I wasn't going to use these cards this week, but they very much demanded my attention. So obviously we need to have these. Excuse you. Now it's the last couple of days of September. So what do you guys have planned for October? Anything nice? I intend to spend most of the month making the garden ready for Halloween. And I will post that on here just like I did last year. And possibly the year before, to be fair. Okay, so let's see what we've got. So we have Scholar. There's always something to learn, isn't there? Every day is a school day. And I know myself, excuse me, that I've said I haven't made enough time to study, to learn things. So I think this is coming back to all of us perhaps opening up a new avenue, a new area of study, adding another string to your bow, however you want to phrase it. I think that's how this one is coming out this week. With it coming up to October, yeah, don't know. I don't know what it could be referencing, to be fair. Could it be something mediumistic? Could it be something about some ancestors that you never knew before? Could, you know, there is any possibility of things that, an endless possibility of things that it could be. Please excuse me stumbling over my words today. So the second one is faux. So not everybody is as fine as they are painted. Not everybody is your friend. Not everybody who moves in your circles is your friend. You need to find out who that is. You need to find out who the person who is snitching, who is going behind your back, who really doesn't have your back, and not, you know, definitely not in a good way. You need to find out who this person is and remove yourself from their sphere. You need to not be interacting with them anymore. If it's a work thing, it's a little more difficult, but just remember that you can be at work and not give everybody every bit of yourself. So you don't need to tell them absolutely everything that is going on. Excuse me again. You can easily keep a polite work atmosphere and not have them know the inner knowings and the inner workings of exactly what is going on, because they're going to be using it against you. Okay, that's what this is. If people have been seeming off, if people have been, things that you thought you said in confidence have been thrown back at you, there is a snake, there is a fox in the hen house, that there is somebody going on. Perhaps that's what the scholar refers to, is the digging into who this enemy, for want of a better word, is, who is the person who does not have your best interests at heart. Again, there might be lots and lots and lots of candidates, so before you start pointing fingers, before you start accusing people of things, make sure that you are absolutely 100% convinced in your findings what is real. Okay, if you need charts and data and a PowerPoint to back it up, make it. It's fine. Nobody cares. You know, nobody's going to think any the worse of you for doing that. So we have here a letter. To me, the letter and the scholar quite often go together, because this is how correspondence used to be. You could learn things through correspondence. Not so much anymore, not in this digital age. But now that we've got the foe there as well, I think there is a trail. So to me, this is more like a inspector, that sleuth kind of deal, and that you will have to be finding stuff out. It might be that something is in the form of a letter. Perhaps these days it could be an email, text message, any of the messaging services, that sort of thing. Or perhaps they have betrayed themselves that way, and you will find out. There seems to be a lot of intrigue wrapping up this month as we finish it. And then we have falseness. We had that one a couple of weeks ago, didn't we? So there is definitely somebody who is the fox in your hen house. There is somebody who is using your words and your actions against you. And it's not going to come from somebody you thought of as being an enemy. Betrayal never does. Betrayal only ever comes from those that we care about. And that's what this is this week. There's going to be revelations. There's going to be, and if this was the tarot, I would expect the tower to be coming out right about now. It is going to be that sort of level of shookethness. Not a word, but it is now. Oh, my candle's about to go out. I apologise for that. Can't do much about it though. So, what is it and who is it? And are you going to let it bother you? I know it would have done in the past, this sort of thing, this sort of betrayal. It would have triggered you in the past. It would have led to recriminations. Why am I doing this? Why have I done that? But actually, I think this one is coming up now to see if you behave in the same way, to see if the shadow work that you've been doing, to see if the shadow work that you've been doing is working. Because if it is, then you won't be as shook, as triggered. It won't cause flashbacks, that sort of thing. And yeah, I think it's a kind of split the cards there. There's two there and two there. One final one. Gift. Actually, it's not a bad thing. This is a good thing that is happening. We may not think it at the time, but the more we look back on it and the more we unpack it, the more we realise that these the blinkers have been pulled from our eyes for a reason, and that it's so that we can know this vibe, so that we can know not to trust it again, so that we can perhaps, your gut, your intuition was actually telling you something was wrong and you were ignoring it because you like everybody at work or you think everybody likes you. Don't be ignoring your gut feelings. Never, ever, ever, because always 100% of the time they're right. And a lot of the time we can only see this with hindsight. So there's going to be a lot of revelations going on this week, a lot of things coming to light that you wouldn't necessarily have expected. A lot of female energy around, but then again, it's kind of balanced with the male energy, so it's not pointing in any one particular direction. But this week is going to be a lesson. It's going to teach you, it's going to give you a gift. That gift may be self-knowledge, it may be knowledge of how others are. Doesn't matter. The fact is that this week, no matter how trying it feels at the time, is actually a gift. And it needs to happen. Okay, guys, that's all I'm getting for now. I will see you in Halloween. As you can see, I'm already getting ready for spooky season. Bye for now.